What is up? What is up, YouTube? Check out descriptions below and sign up for the 4 free videos that Uncle Mike put together to show you how to, all the reasons why and what everything I did to get my YouTube channel over 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, we have 2 channels. We have 2 videos that reached over 1 million views as well. So I pretty much know what I'm doing. Anyway, I thought this was real interesting right here. The YouTube algorithm 2026, what they're not telling you. This guy right here is rolling with his information. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's get right into this video.
YouTube creators are in full panic mode right now because videos with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views are telling you, the creator, that the sky is falling, that the opportunity is gone. I've been on YouTube for 14 years and I've seen this exact movie play out 6 times before. Now, over the past few weeks, my feed has been flooded with videos about massive YouTube algorithm updates.
Wow. The YouTube, everything is going to go through changes, but it's going to keep going. Here we go.
YouTube is dead. Everything is falling apart. Hundreds of thousands of views. Titles screaming about YouTube breaking and leaked documents, secret changes. Creators everywhere are panicking. And look, I'm not going to pretend that nothing happened. Something did change. Actually, a few things changed around the same time. And that's what's making this so confusing for everybody. But here's what's killing me. A lot of these YouTube guys make these panic videos over and over and over again. And I'm going to be real with you. They've never actually built a business through YouTube. They teach YouTube on how to teach YouTube, on how to grow YouTube to YouTubers trying to grow on YouTube. Like, it's mind-blowing to me. That's their whole channel. And when your whole business depends on people being scared and super confused about the platform, what do you think they're going to make videos about? They need you to be scared. That's how they get views. That's how they sell courses. And right now, business is booming for them. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything that actually changed, not the scary version, not the leaked files version, the real version, facts. And I'm going to show you why the creators who are doing things the right way didn't even notice. Here's what nobody's telling you. It wasn't one change. It was 4 different things that happened around the same time. And most creators are lumping them all together into one big conspiracy. Let me walk you through each one. Now, the first thing that changed is the homepage. And this is the one thing that most of these videos got right, but they explained it wrong, in my humble opinion. Go back to 2016. Your YouTube homepage used to show 30 long-form videos, 6 across, 5 rows down. And by late 2024, this was down to around 10, with shorts being in the mix as a row right under the first few videos. And right now, you're looking at maybe 3, maybe 6 long-form videos at the top of the page, and then a huge short section taking up everything else. But here's what nobody's telling you. YouTube didn't change how they pick which videos to show you. They changed how much space long-form videos are getting on that page right now. The algorithm still works exactly the same. They show you what it thinks you'll watch. Just a few less spots for long-form video now, for now. So your videos that barely were good enough before, they might not be showing up now. And I know that frustrates a lot of you, but that's not the algorithm breaking. That's the competition getting a little harder in this season. Now, the second thing, and almost nobody's talking about this, is the glitch within ad blockers that messed up how YouTube was counting views. On August 11th of last year, 2025, a popular ad blocking tool accidentally blocked part of YouTube that counts whether or not somebody watched your video when they're on a computer. And a bunch of the other ad blockers picked up the same mistake. So what happened? Well, people using those ad blockers were watching your videos, but YouTube just wasn't counting those views. And that went on from August 11th all the way to the mid part of September when they finally fixed it. That's why so many creators saw their computer views drop by up to 50%, while the views that came from the phone and it came from the TV and it came from tablets, those stayed exactly the same. YouTube even said it themselves, and I quote, "Ad blockers and other extensions can impact the accuracy of reported view counts." Now, the third thing is that YouTube is cracking down on AI slop content. YouTube just removed 4.7 billion views worth of low-quality AI-generated videos. 16 of the top 100 AI junk channels have been taken down completely. And YouTube's CEO said recently in his 2026 letter that getting rid of this stuff is at the top of his priority list. Now, I'm hearing a lot of people in the comments say that the Gemini update killed their channel, they killed their views, they were getting this, now they're getting this. But when I take time and go look at who's actually saying this, a lot of them are either making AI-generated content or they built the channel completely on shorts, right? And that tells me that YouTube's getting better at finding content that was not either content that either wasn't made by a real person or content that's considered low effort. And it's pushing that down. It's not YouTube breaking, it's just YouTube doing its job. Now, speaking of TikTok and Instagram and short form content in general, the fourth thing is that old shorts stopped getting views. YouTube started pushing the newer shorts and showing fewer old ones. If your short is more than about 30 days old, it's probably not getting recommended as much as it used to. This makes total sense. YouTube is in a game competing with TikTok. And TikTok is all about what's new right now, right? So YouTube made shorts work the same as TikTok. New stuff gets shown first. So if you built your channel on shorts and were counting on those videos to just keep racking up views and stacking more and more videos forever, those days have come and gone. That's over. Yep. I've been telling you that for probably close to 2 years now. Shorts are a great way to get discovered. They're cool to repurpose some content, but they're not a business. That's not how you build a...
I have said that over and over again. Smaller channels is arguing with me, and I'm sitting here doing YouTube full time. I'm not bragging. I'm just showing you I understand. I study a lot of things about YouTube. All you got to do is stop guessing. Just because you think you know what you see, all these shorts coming up, shorts. TikTok, look at TikTok. Now y'all know that TikTok has cut their ad revenue for people. People leaving TikTok. Them shorts is not the way to go, man. I'm trying to tell you, use shorts to enhance your channel. That's it.
That's over. And I've been telling you that for probably close to 2 years now. Shorts are a great way to get discovered. They're cool to repurpose some content, but they're not a business. That's not how you build a long-term, sustainable, profitable channel. Long form is king, and that's where all the real money is. So let's be honest. How many of you saw your views drop and just assumed that YouTube was out to get you, without looking deep into your analytics to see how many computer views you got compared to how many tablet and phone views you got, without thinking that maybe your viewers are still seeing this because you're getting comments, but their views might just not being counted, right? That reaction is exactly what these fear-based channels are counting on. Now, there's one more story going around that I have to address because it's the most dangerous one. Some dipshit creators out there are saying that they found some secret Google files that prove that the algorithm completely changed. They're saying Google's AI called, I think Gemini now, controls YouTube. Every video gets something called a semantic ID that reads the energy of your content, and that watch time doesn't even matter anymore. Now, magically, they have the inside secrets. Let me tell you what's real and what's made up here. Here's what actually happened on January 14th. Google launched a test feature called Personal Intelligence. It's a setting within Gemini chatbot, not YouTube, that lets Gemini look at your Gmail and your photos and your YouTube history to give you better answers when you ask it questions. And it's only available for people who pay in the US as of recording this video. And it's turned off unless you manually go in and turn it on yourself. So did it change how YouTube picks which videos to show people? No. It changed how the Gemini chatbot uses your information when you ask it for help. That's it. That's the whole thing. So what's actually happening is these creators are taking real things from other parts of Google, ripping them out of context, and mixing them in with completely made up stuff like Google reading your feelings through your Gmail while you're stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire. Like, none of that actually really ever happened. That's not a real thing. It's sensationalism. Oh, and out of the 21 updates that they found, they only share 4 in the free YouTube video. The other 17, shocker, you have to pay to join their community. So you tell me, was that made up video to help you or to scare you into buying something? Because that bullshit doesn't live here on my channel. I'm not saying that these guys are bad people, but when your whole business is to scare creators into thinking that everything is falling apart, that YouTube is against them, then sell them the fix when you haven't even really done it, I have a problem with that. And look, I sell programs too, the Apex Creator Academy, but I sell it based on results, my students' results, stuff that you can actually look at, check out for yourself. Go check out my big channel. Look at the growth on this channel. It's not based on making you guys afraid. All right, now that we've cleared all that nonsense, let's talk about what's actually real, because some channels did get hurt. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. The question is why? Because here's the truth nobody wants to hear. The channels that got hurt the most were already on thin ice. They were barely hanging on to begin with. And when you go from 30 long-form spots on the homepage down to 3 to 6 or so, what happens? The bar goes way up. You have to step it up. Yeah. Think about it like this. If a street has 30 restaurants on it, you and I might walk into one and just eat there because there's no wait. Now imagine only 3 restaurants being allowed on that street. Which 3 survive? The best ones. So if the algorithm is broke, why didn't it break for us? Am I an exception? Because we did all the same exact basic things right. Our thumbnails and titles get people to click. Our videos keep people watching all the way through. YouTube knows exactly who our videos are for. And we build on the long form so we don't depend on shorts to do the heavy lifting. Now look at the creators who got hit. They grew their audience through shorts exclusively, but those shorts viewers don't come back and watch long form content, so that hurt their channel. They were showing up on the homepage with okay content, not great content, but they were still getting views because YouTube was being generous with those 30 spots, not because they earned every single click, or they were making AI generated content that YouTube is now filtering. Well, I've been saying this for over a year. People who subscribe because your shorts were good, they don't watch your long form content. It's two separate audiences. So when YouTube tests those long videos to your subscribers, and most of them come from shorts, they don't click. So the ones that were lifting the channel are nowhere to be seen now. And their long form is struggling because their subscribers, like I said, they're not going to watch the long form content in the first place. This is exactly what I warned you guys about. And YouTube's own CEO just backed all of this up. In his 2026 letter, Neil Mohan said YouTube has been the #1 streaming platform in the US for almost 3 years. He talked about creators becoming the new Hollywood. He said people are watching more long-form content on YouTube than Netflix. All right, so enough about what went wrong. Here's what you can actually do about it. Now, one of these things is a change that YouTube just made that's a gift for creators like you that nobody is talking about. First, go to your analytics right now. Look at your views on the computer versus the phones. Now look at where your views came from before August and then after August. This is going to tell you which of these 4 things actually hit you and your channel. Now most of you are going to realize that it wasn't even the algorithm at all. Figure out the real problem before you try to fix anything. Most creators right now are making changes based on the wrong diagnosis. And that's how you make things worse. Once you know what actually happened, here's what matters. Your thumbnails, your titles, your ability to keep people watching, all of that has to be better than ever before. When there were 30 spots on the homepage, good enough could get you through. With 3 to 6 spots, you have to be impossible to ignore. I want you to look at your thumbnails next to the best creators in your space. Write 10 titles for every video and then pick the winner that way. And make sure that every second of your video earns the next second. You need to keep the retention high to get people to the next video. That's what my binge method is built for. The bar just went up, guys. Your content has to go up with it. Spread out where your views came from too. If all of your views came from the homepage, you were always one change away from losing everything. Now, here's that gift that I mentioned a couple minutes ago. On January 8th, YouTube added a new search filter that allows people to choose between long-form content and shorts. Think about what that means for a second. People who specifically want longer, more detailed, deeper videos can now filter out all the shorts and not see any of them. I do that all the time. And they can find exactly what they're looking for. If your titles and descriptions are set up right, you're about to get found by the people who actually want what you're making. Nobody's talking about this, and this is a huge opportunity, guys. And I'm not done yet because everything I just told you was all about strategy. And I want to end on something bigger because something I've learned over the past 14 years that most creators never figure out. And that's this. The panic cycle happens every single year, sometimes twice. Let me give you an example. 2012, YouTube switched from counting views to counting watch time. Panic. 2016, adpocalypse. Panic. YouTube is dead. 2018, they changed how subscriber feeds work. Panic. Dead. 2020, shorts launched. Panic. 2022, they changed the rules for how creators get paid. Made a different threshold to get monetized. Panic. 2024, AI content was everywhere. It was flooded. Panic. 2026, homepage layout changes. Shorts taking over. Panic. You guys see what's happening? You don't know what's going on? It happens every single time. The same channels make the same scary videos about it. Different year, same playbook. Same fear. Same join my course to survive. And I'm not trying to rip on anybody. But every single time, the creators who just focus on the basics come out stronger. They get more refined. The ones who chase those algorithm tricks are the ones that are gone. The ones who changed everything because one scary video, gone. And that's why I get so fired up about this. They'll watch one of these videos from one of these dipshits who've never done it, haven't gone through it, and they discourage other people into quitting. It's their fault that that person quit. The ones that built real channels, they built real skills, they built real relationships with their audience. They're still here and growing. Look, the YouTube education space is full of channels that only exist to ride these panic waves. They've never built a channel that isn't about YouTube. And if they did, it's vlogging or gaming, never an actual business that makes real money through the platform. They can't teach you what they've never done. And I'm not going to make a whole lot of videos like this because I hate talking about it. It's very slimy. I built 2 multi-million-dollar businesses through YouTube, using YouTube as a tool to grow those businesses. I did it with my main channel. I'm doing it again right now with this brand new channel. I'm building from scratch so you could watch me. My students are doing it in a completely different topic. They're building. That's not talk, that's proof, guys. I honestly think that's good news, because if you're willing to put in the work, your competition is about to thin out. The creators who were coasting, the creators who were just putting in bare minimum work and had meh content that were kind of working, they just lost their safety net. The ones who get serious about being great, that's why I always say, if you treat YouTube like a sport, you can get paid like an athlete. You have to look at it as a competition, not even with everybody else, but with yourself. You're about to have less noise to compete with than ever before, and I think that's a glorious thing. So the only question left is, what are you going to do about it? Now, speaking of what you're going to do about it, watch this video next if you're ready to take your channel to the next level. And if you haven't yet, hit that little subscribe button to join the channel family here. I appreciate all the support. Let me know where you are in your journey right now, subscriber count, view count, and if September was a win, a flat line, or depressing for you. Until next time, I appreciate you watching.
That's deep. That's real deep right there. YouTube has went through so many changes, man, but they are business. They owned by Google. Everybody wants to stay number one on their platform. And one of the things they're looking at is people behavior. So when they adjust, you need to adjust. One of the things I keep telling people, and it's just my opinion, these faceless channels, man, they're going to be the first. They're going to slowly but surely go down. Why? Because the human beings are going to get sick and tired of watching or hearing this AI voice. And people are going to get tired of this AI and all this fake stuff. They want the real deal. So the more real you can make your channel, because YouTube is going to want the real deal. They are already putting things in place, y'all, to stop this AI stuff. Or you can still use AI because we want that content to keep coming for the AI lovers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting too deep, man. We cover all that in our course and all that good stuff, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Uncle Mike hungry, y'all. Peace out.